Hello everyone and welcome to Space Force, where space is a driving force in ecology. Last week we introduced how including space as another dimension of ecological research improves our understandings of the mechanisms underlying ecological patterns and processes. This week we will introduce the key principles of spatial ecology. These key principles include the following. Given an established relationship, the influence of variable x on variable y changes with the area and volume of variable x. The next one is that spatial configuration and arrangement matters. Location matters, and scale also matters. And finally, the properties of two places are more similar at close proximity. In this context, proximity can be defined spatially, temporally, and phylogenetically. Think about your family, which encapsulates all three of these elements. You're most likely influenced most heavily by your immediate family, which in all three aspects, that is, spatially, phylogenetically, and temporally, are closer than your extended family in previous and future generations. Now we will circle back to the last principle we mentioned, which includes the concept of spatial dependence and autocorrelation. Spatial dependence emerges from endogenous or exogenous processes, while autocorrelation emerges from endogenous processes only. Essentially, both are measures of the degree of similarity between nearby observations at a given spatial scale. Let's further explore spatial dependence with an example.
Let's say we want to study habitat quality and occupancy of blackback woodpeckers across a landscape at the habitat patch scale. The heterogeneous landscape consists of patches of burned forest and patches of unburned forest. Occupancy is higher in nearby patches of burned forest compared to occupancy measured in nearby patches of unburned forest. This clustered spatial pattern of blackback woodpecker occupancy is produced by the exogenous mechanism of the spatial aggregation of post-fire resources. Additionally, the observed occupancy pattern is also spatially dependent in a temporal context since occupancy declines with time post-fire. Why is it important to take spatial dependence into consideration? Spatial dependence violates the statistical assumption of independence of the error term in many statistical models. Therefore, not accounting for spatial dependence introduces bias into measures of uncertainty, including standard errors and confidence intervals surrounding parameter estimates, and may lead to type 1 errors, which are false positives. However, accounting for spatial dependence by quantifying strength and range of spatial dependence improves inference from findings and may help identify underlying mechanisms and relations for observed patterns.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more content from
Space
Space
Force!
Force.